Hi everyone, and welcome back to Level Up with Dawn. Today we're doing another investor diaries, but I'm going to rather be doing like a full year review um, of everything I've done on like the different types of assets that I invest in, what I enjoyed or what I am glad that I did, and then also what I wish I didn't do or what I didn't enjoy. So, starting off, let's talk about the property one. It's the easiest. Um, this year, I finally got my money from selling a property after quite a few years. So that was good. I think I've spoken about it a few times, and the focus really is just like paying off the loans. I've been able to get like better interest rates this year as well. So, like, that's something I'm very proud of. So that's good. Like, I'm glad that um, I've made those strides. Um, in terms of what I might do going forward, I'm thinking about selling another property just because I want to sort of move into another neighborhood. I've like isolated my strategy in terms of geographically where I want to be. So I want to start executing on that. And so I still have like one where it's like in a location that I don't want it to be in. So I don't know, we'll see. Um, but also with that property, it's a quite a unique one because I'm watching it turn around. And so, like, to be able to see that, to be able to see like um, what it takes to do that for a property is important for me to witness as well, just from like a skill set front or point of view. Yeah, and then in general, I'm thinking more and more about my strategy around management of my properties, and I think I want to move more towards not managing my property, so like just having everything with property managers. The suburbs that I want to be in warrant that as well. But just in general, I just think, I don't know, I feel like I want to like automate that part of my life. Um, because if not, it can bring in stress. And like if I can just have someone who just flags big things to me, but the other stuff is like okay, then that would be great. And also like I can't fully move away from it just because like I'm house hacking at the present moment. So I'll always be managing like where I live, but all the other ones, I think I wanna just put them in someone else's hands. But I'm gonna think about that a bit more. So yeah, that's like on the property front. I think paying down debts, we're still doing that. I am a bit itchy to buy, I won't lie, but we're gonna hold off on that, especially because like I'm seeing like returns on other things. So we're pushing what's working. Um, so speaking of, then let's speak about the stock portfolio. So I'd say like in general, I'm very proud of how active I've been like in this world. It's the most active I've been ever, I'd say. Um, and like the returns have been really good. I've made some really good calls, like transaction capital to get the rebuy shares. Nampak was a good call, and it's still playing out. Like like they're still recovering. But like the rebuy car spin off, and then I sold off my transaction capital, and so now I'm only left with rebuy cars shares, and they've done amazingly. So that was great. Um, Maybe like one decision that I may have regretted was selling Capitec. I sold Capitec at the end of last year, I think. But it was like they were around 1,900. rand, and now they're like in the 3,000. So I would have regretted that. But at the same time, like those shares that have really high share prices, I don't think I want to be in them anyway. Like I'd rather put my money towards like a top 40 or some sort of index where I have exposure to that. But I don't want to actually hold those shares outright just because I don't think you get enough bang for your buck. Like if I had 10,000 Rand, if it was Capitec shares, I'd buy like three, and then that's it, I'm maxed out. Whereas I can get 10,000 Rand worth of top 40 and I'm still seeing the benefit of like those Capitec shares growing so well and that kind of stuff. So when it comes to like the big ones, I prefer to be exposed to them in the index anyway. So it's not really like something that I regret selling. But going forward, I think I want to just, that whole thing of improving my concentration risk. That is probably going to be what I'm doing going forward. If anything like jumps up to me, in terms of like a good investment, like I'll let you guys know. If I see anything I want to invest in, like from diary entry to entry. But for now, like the focus is just improving concentration risk. Oh, and also like in terms of ETFs, I like my highlights were India, China. India and China, I think those were good bets. Like I'm glad I got into them early. Um, China was down for a bit during the year, but it's rebounded. India has had like, decent, steady growth. Um, yeah. And then like I've also like gotten into um uh I've made other bets, let me say. I've made other bets. So we'll see how that materializes over 2025. Yeah, just improving concentration risk, and that's with me like adding more and more to my portfolio. So I'm probably gonna do like a budget or like set goals on like how much I want my portfolio to be worth. Actually, I don't know if it will be worth that much, but I know how much I've invested in, so I can like set a goal for that to say I want to have invested X amount over the year. So I'm probably gonna do that soon, but it's definitely like I'm not going to like lift my foot off the pedal when it comes to the stock market. Like I think I'm gonna be in it now, like properly, like I have been for this past year. And then lastly, it's entrepreneurship. So I have been reviving a business that I have for the past, I mean, you could almost say like it's 2 months now. Is it? Is it 2 months? It's like a month. It's like a month, which is so crazy. Like it's over a month, maybe like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, but like probably middle of January it will be like 2 months. I've been reviving a business that I have, and it's been going actually pretty well. Um, One thing that I think gives me a lot of joy or a lot of hope is like the joy that I find in the actual game of doing it. And like I don't mean game like in like a capitalistic way, but just like the method and the process of solving problems for your business and finding ways to get it out there and make sales and those sort of things. Like I like being in that. So that's been really cool. And so because I'm focusing on that, and I'm not at all focusing on the profits or how much it makes, that has, I don't know, it's weird how it like feeds itself, because the rebound has been a lot better than I expected it to be, and like it's improving and improving, and so I'm just like I'm I don't know, I'm just soaking it in and I'm learning, because like it's a very dynamic space right now, and so I'm excited to be back in it. So that's definitely gonna be something that I focus more on next year. Um, there's probably gonna be some streamlining that I want to do as I go into the year, but we'll see how that goes. Um, yeah, maybe employ someone. That would be great. And not even like to employ someone for the business, but like to employ someone for the portfolio, like a virtual assistant or something like that. Like that's something that's been coming into my mind quite often, especially with the admin that comes with running a business. So I'm not sure. We'll see. But it's been good. So like on all fronts, I'd say everything is doing what I expected to do. Definitely there's like a growth aspirations in all directions. Um, but it's I'd say it's been one of the brightest spots of the year compared to like everything else. So that's something that I'm proud of. Um, but let me know in the comments, like, what are you tracking? What investment pillars do you have? Are you starting out to invest? Are you resolving to start studying or to start investing or to start a business, or to revive businesses? What are your plans for your investments next year? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.